Failure to try to innovate at all comes with a big penalty. You'll be fired.
There is no doubt that Elon Musk tops the list of entrepreneurs that can educate us on the hiring process. His hiring criteria is simple. Elon's interview with UAE Minister of Cabinet Affairs back in 2017 gives us a hint of how one of the smartest CEOs spots top talent for his companies. In the interview, he reveals that the hiring process is mostly based on gut feeling. Oops, turns out you would probably fail the interview if you're unable to make a good impression. Check it out.
You need a team around you to deliver a lot of ideas. How do you choose your team? Based on what?
Well, I suppose honestly that it tends to be gut feel more than anything else. So when I interview somebody, my interview question is always the same. It's just, I said, tell me the story of your life and the decisions that you made along the way and why you made them. And also tell me about some of the most difficult problems you worked on and how you solved them. And that question I think is very important because the people that really solve the problem, they know exactly how they solved it. They know the little details. And the people that pretended to solve the problem, they can maybe go one level and then they get stuck.
Landing an interview with the world's richest man can be quite intimidating. In a 2014 interview with Autobild.tv, the SpaceX CEO reveals that he seeks to recruit a person who has exceptional problem-solving abilities and one who is honest. That guy who can be trusted with a company's credit card. The interview gives us a glimpse of the questions to expect in Musk's interview. Have a look.
When I interview somebody, I really just ask them to tell me the story of their career and what are some of the tougher problems that they dealt with, how they dealt with those, and how they made decisions at key transition points. And usually that's enough for me to get a very good gut feel about someone. And what I'm really looking for is evidence of exceptional ability. Mm-hmm. So, did they face really difficult problems and overcome them? And then of course you want to make sure that if there was some significant accomplishment, were they really responsible or was somebody else more responsible? And usually the person who's had to struggle with the problem, they really understand it. They don't forget. Yeah. If it was very difficult. So you can ask them very detailed questions about it, and they'll know the answer. Whereas the person who was not truly responsible for that accomplishment will not know the details.
The hiring process is as simple as that. The SpaceX CEO and founder is an expert at hiring the right person for the right job. He personally interviews all the SpaceX employees. So far, he has interviewed more than 9,500 people at SpaceX. Even with a fancy college degree and expertise, you may still not land a job at SpaceX. Listen to the following interview to help you understand what Musk really looks for in an employee. Maybe you have what it takes. Check it out.
Well, getting the right people is extremely important. And I actually interview everyone at SpaceX personally. And we're a 500-person company, so that's a lot of interviews.
What do you look for?
What do I look for? It depends on the task. It's different. I'm not necessarily looking for someone who's has brilliant analytical ability if their job is going to be assembling hardware. But I think generally I look for a positive attitude, and are they easy to work with? Are people going to like working with them? It's very important to like the people you work with. Otherwise, your job is going to be quite miserable.
Tesla Motors and SpaceX are not the best places for an employee who is motivated by pay. Musk's companies need people who are driven by passion. Elon Musk wouldn't be clearer on this topic as he was at the Montana Economic Development Summit in 2013. Listen to Musk's address on the issue.
When you hire people, or really what you're trying to, when you hire people, that just means you're convincing people to join you in the endeavor. You should hire people that are also passionate about what you're doing. So it's not just that they're not just there for salary. They really need to care about what they're doing, and then they will stay during the dark times. So when you create a company, if you think, well, what is a company really? A company is a group of people gathered together to create a product or service. That's really all a company is. And so you have to really believe in what you're creating, and that it's and know in your heart and mind that this is something that matters and that the world ought to have.
He who has the powers to hire has the powers to fire. The case is no different from the SpaceX and Tesla Motors CEO. Musk's companies have no room for employees who are lazy and allergic to innovations. During an interview with Air Warfare Symposium, Elon Musk revealed how an employee can be fired in his companies. Have a look.
When trying different things, you've got to have some acceptance of failure, as you were alluding to earlier. Failure must be an option. If failure is not an option, it's going to result in extremely conservative choices, and you may get something even worse than lack of innovation. Things may go backwards. What you really want is risk. You want reward and punishment to be proportionate to the actions that you seek. So, first of all, when we interview people, we do ask for some evidence of exceptional ability, which in most cases includes innovation. This is not to say that everyone needs to be innovative. But we certainly need those that are doing advanced engineering to be innovative. And ideally, everyone is at least to some degree innovative. So at the interview point, we select for people who want to create new technology, and then the incentive structure is set up such that innovation is rewarded. Making mistakes along the way does not come with a big penalty, but failure to try to innovate at all comes with a big penalty. You'll be fired. Yeah.
All right. The carrot and stick. Yes. That's the stick.
If you don't even try, or somebody doesn't even try to innovate, or their innovation aspirations are not very good, then yeah, they will no longer be at the company.
Okay.
Musk's hiring philosophy is perhaps one of the factors that have spurred his tech companies to an insane level of growth.
Well, you have to innovate. You have to do different things, and there has to be a tight feedback loop on innovation. And one of the things I think that's advantageous the way that SpaceX operates is that the engineering team and the production team are in the same facility, and there is good communication back and forth. So as the engineers see that they've designed something that is difficult to manufacture, they can adjust their design quickly to make it easier to build. And at the pace at which we're able to do new versions of the rocket is also much faster. So innovation, just improving things, is key.
Elon Musk's hiring philosophy will forever change the hiring process. It simply seeks to distinguish what an employee can do from what their papers say they can do. Elon Musk's hiring criteria can be trusted in a tech-savvy world. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more interesting videos on Elon Musk, click on the video right above.